We are in the live lounge, Matthew Kershaw. That's what we're calling this place.
Is this Radio 1 now?
Yeah, we're going to have some hot acoustic music with... name a hot, acoustic guitar band. Modern.
Elias Sampson.
Sure, that sounds like a wrestler. Well, like a bodybuilder.
My life has been consumed by wrestling the past few weeks.
Yeah, how did that go with WrestleMania?
NXT TakeOver was amazing. WrestleMania sucked the life out of me.
That was actually really fun to read.
It wasn't fun to watch.
Yeah, that's on the site. Check out Matthew's 2 pieces about WrestleMania 32. And what was it, NXT TakeOver?
Dallas. That was a good
show. Just Dallas.
Yeah.
Didn't even have like a cool name. Didn't have like TakeOver Revengeance, The Revival.
That would be an amazing that would be an amazing takeover. They crossed it with like Konami.
What if Kojima just like wrote wrestling storylines? What then?
I don't know.
It would be a lot of wolves. People with cool emblems that don't really... Cool emblems that like actually go back to like World War II and you don't know that till the 3rd season. Because our wrestling's totally going to have seasons.
You'd have weird like people with helmet hair.
Yeah, we've been in a weird position recently where we haven't spoke to each other in like a week. Outside of text messages. Because we're really busy with college stuff, degree stuff. Finishing that whole shebang up. Hence the really weird cover... Yeah, but like, I mean, our website stuff's been super scattered. Like, we've had moments of like, I don't know if you've seen the site recently, but I reviewed like 4 DLCs in about a week there before.
I did see, yeah.
And I've posted nothing since Sunday at the moment. So it's been a weird time, but speaking of those DLCs, you played a bit of Automatron, didn't you, Fallout 4?
I did. Yeah, I did finish it, never mind. I was just trying to work out, it's been so long since I played that game.
It was a couple of weeks. Time means nothing, because all I've been doing is writing various things for various reasons at various times in the day for about a week now. I think I've left the house about like 4 times. It's not been great.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you think about Automatron?
I think it's really cool. I think it's more in-depth than I thought it would be, and I'm really looking forward to is it Wasteland Workshop one?
Yeah, that's out next week.
Yeah, that's out Monday.
The day before I have to draft my dissertation. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's in that. There was a video. I didn't watch the video. It's on my desktop linked.
It just shows that you can have more crafting stuff. You can make like a stadium to have like captured creatures fight your settlement people. You can build more things. You can label chests and containers now. There are more
I wonder
traps.
how the capturing works. Have they said how that works?
Yeah, you just build a cage and there's a chance that you'll come back to your settlement and there'll be something in the cage.
So you build the cage just in the wild or in your settlement?
In your settlement.
That's weird.
Like, to capture a Deathclaw, there'll be a massive cage with, like, Deathclaw eggs in it. And I guess the reasoning is a Deathclaw might see that, come in to get the eggs, and then it'll close behind it.
I wonder if that's going to be, like, just you leave the area, and then you might load back in, or whether no, they'll actually, like, simulate this Deathclaw ravaging through my settlement to get to this cage.
Nah, I don't think that'll happen.
Because that could be awful.
Yeah, but I mean, it looks cool. There are now concrete stuff you can build with, and I like building with concrete, so that's cool. I'm going to rebuild my entire settlements now.
Oh, it's going to take so long. I've just got, like, I don't know about you, but I've got basically, like, metallic skyscrapers with nothing in them but lights. And, like, they have no purpose. I only have, like, 20 people in my settlement. Like, it has about 200, but... Yeah.
No, I only built Red Rockets, and then recently I was like, I'm just going to build, like, a mega city at Starlight Inn because it's kind of flat. And I built, like, the walls around it to protect everyone, and then I just couldn't build inside it. I just got bored.
Yeah, same. Actually, we should do a video of, like, let's just tour our fucking half-built settlements and see, like, the 4 I have that are all just, like, here's, like, basically meters and meters of wall with, like, 2 carrots on the inside of the wall and a bed just, like, by this burnt-out gas station. Some of those settlements are really shit, though, because I don't know if there's a couple in the city where it's all concrete, so you can't really farm anywhere, and it's, like, your options are really limited. It's like you've got this 10 by 10 grid just in this like ruined out house. They're really weird.
Yeah, there are some really dumb ones.
Where it's like, what are you going to... It doesn't even make sense, even if you could put a water pump down in the middle of this person's living room. It doesn't even make sense that you could get through the concrete.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Role-playing.
I was playing that, but also recently in the past few days, because my sleep schedule's inverted and I'm up at night, guess what I've been playing?
Something to do with vampires?
Yes, actually.
Interesting. So have I. Carry on.
I've been playing Dwarf Fortress.
Oh, I should have seen that one.
I decided, I'm just going to learn to play Dwarf Fortress. And I've put so many hours into it, and I still don't know what I'm doing.
This is the ASCII art fucking simulator, right?
It's the game. I think you would enjoy the game if it actually had some amount of usability and accessibility, because the game is so deep. Like, you generate a random world, and the world will have... You can generate a certain amount of history. You can generate 100 years of history, and it documents everything that happened in those 100 years for every single person. And you can have, like, some weird creature, like in my settlement, or in my fortress. It was attacked recently by this giant humanoid kangaroo monster that killed, like, 4 of my dwarves and just, like, destroyed us all.
So how was that portrayed on the actual screen?
Look, I have a tile set installed, so it actually has... it's not ASCII, it's like little images.
Right.
But I mean, like, that kangaroo monster, it will have its own history. If I look at the legend of my thing, it'll say when it was born and what it did before it reached my settlement. Like, it'll say how many things it killed, and, like, you can just view the history. Like, apparently there's, like, massive, like, mega demons from hell and stuff. And
but is it, like, good? Or is it, like... Here's 5 sentences, we'll fill in random numbers, and that's that thing's history. Like, how deep, how varied is that, I guess?
It's super varied. Like, even the combat system is super varied. Like, the 2 dwarfs that that thing killed, it had, like, several pages of fighting logs, and it'd be, like, it document, like, what my dwarves were, like, grabbing its leg and trying to, like, hold it down and kill it, and it was just breaking free and, like, biting its ear and ripping an ear off and stuff like that. It's super in-depth. I never realized
bizarre, but it's in, like, text form, though.
Yeah, it's all in text form.
Right. That's weird.
Yeah.
Weird but cool, I guess. That's way more than I thought it would be. I thought it would be, like, here's 10 lines of something rolling with a... something rolls 20 with this iron mace, and, like, dead robotic, but that actually sounds quite... not natural. I suppose it is quite systems, but
Yeah, I mean, I think if the game was more accessible, this game would be like a mega hit, but it's so like niche and the learning curve is so steep that it's so hard to get into. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing, and I've probably put like 20 hours into trying to learn it. It
is like a 10-year-old game though, isn't it? It's been around a while.
It gets like big updates every year, which is nice.
Yeah.
But it's just so hard to do.
Have you gone back to Stardew Valley, speaking of, like, mega hit simulators?
Yes, I played some recently, actually. I finally finished fall, and I'm in winter now, and winter was, like, the big month that I was going to redesign my farm, because you can't really plant anything, so I'm kind of doing that.
And this is still year 1 for you?
Yeah, still year 1. Like, stuff in my life just caught up, and I had to stop playing.
I mean, it's also like a 100-hour game, isn't it? So it's understandable.
What do you mean?
Like, Stardew Valley is like... I've heard of people putting in like 80 hours for the 3 years. Is it 3 years of like main story stuff?
Yeah, I've put 33 now, and I'm coming up to the end of the first year.
Yeah, so you're looking at like 100 hours by the sounds of it to like see what's in that thing.
I guess, yeah, but it's like... It's so easy to put those 100 hours in. It's just... busy with, college stuff that I stop playing. When I stop playing something, then I don't come back to it for a long time.
Yeah, I get that. Like, so how are you finding it going back to it? Is it still... Does it get its hooks back in you quite quickly?
Kind of. I mean, there's not much to do. Like, when you start off the game, there's so much that, you're learning to do. And then... You're constantly unlocking things, but I'm at a point where I'm not really unlocking stuff unless I put work in. Like, if I have to focus on doing all the community tasks for the community center, and that will unlock new areas with new content in. But like, you have to do them over the year because there's like tasks you have to do every season for some of them. To like, build this bridge, you have to get the spring, summer, fall, and winter like crops. And I didn't do the spring ones because I didn't unlock that back in spring. So now I have to wait until spring before I finish that one and open a new area.
Right. Yeah. That seems. It seems like just. I don't know. It seems such a weird thing. Do we have any indication of how long it took the guy to make it?
He was working for a few years on it. I mean, I really like the guy. The guy's still putting updates and fixing it. He recently just asked people on Twitter if he was going to add new marriage candidates for both a male and female option and let the community vote on them, which I think is really cool. And he's constantly active on the Stardew Valley subreddit, which is nice.
He's still on. Well, the game is still on the top sellers page of Steam as of like yesterday when I last checked.
It deserves it. It's such a cool game.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I mean, this is like this is the biggest. It's such a weird thing because we had no. I don't know about you, but I had no idea that the game even existed. It wasn't like it toured PAX for 3 years, and it was like one of these quote AAA indies or whatever. Like this just came out of nowhere.
I mean, it came out of nowhere, but it's also something that wasn't available on PC before, like this Harvest Moon-esque game.
Yeah. It does seem good. Have you got your anime portraits in there yet? Or?
Yes,
I know that's something you wanted.
I updated them when I went to play the game again.
Are they good?
Yes, they are very good. Some of them are dumb, but they're really good. There's a lot of mods out there for the game now. There's like an actual Nexus mod page for this thing now.
Is it not got Steam Workshop integration or?
No, but I assume that will probably come. I mean, the guy, I think he's looking to hire somebody now to work on multiplayer so he can focus more on adding content to the game.
I'm sure he can afford it somehow. Yeah, this is actually, in a weird way, it's come full circle to what I wanted to talk about, which was to do with Bethesda, vampires, and Nexus mods, I guess. I've been playing some Skyrim.
Oh.
Which I bet you weren't expecting, knowing my somewhat dislike of that game.
No.
I've been playing some Skyrim, yeah, and because I installed some mods to the workshop, obviously they're dead easy to disable and enable and stuff. Mm-hmm. I've also installed other mods through Nexus because of their certain content,
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was not expecting to jump into Helgen, and for some reason, these 5 Imperial soldiers in a line, they were all ass naked with massive tongues. It was fucking... It was I was 5 minutes into the game, and I'm like, oh, this is where I last left Skyrim 2 years ago, or however old that game is. Yeah, that's been weird.
That game...
I don't know why, but all they have patrols of guards with Stormcloak prisoners in them.
Yeah.
Just walking around the world. All of the guards are always naked. I don't know why. I don't know what I've done to the game, but they're always naked.
You have schlongs of Skyrim installed.
I have something. I was trying to uninstall it because, it's good and all, but this dick isn't realistic. So it's it's now not what I'm looking for in that game, and I don't know where it is. I've gone through the various program files, and I can't find which one it is that's installing that. So it's just gonna have to stay like that.
You have too many to list.
I have a lot of I have luscious faces, and anime eyes and all this stuff. So
Jesus,
there's a lot in there.
Your game sounds awful.
It's again, this is from years ago, so I'm sure there's way updated versions now with all these other options.
When I play Skyrim or even Fallout New Vegas and I mod it, I go for super realistic immersion stuff where it's in my Skyrim my person can freeze to death unless I get into a cave when it starts snowing. I have to make campfires, and I have to make tents and stuff. And I have to eat and sleep and drink to stay alive. That's fun for me. I don't have people with massive dicks and anime eyes walking around.
I have that, and then the first thing I do is I sit down for 10 minutes and I throw in all my skills up to level 30 or 40 each.
Oh my god.
And I hit console and hit TGM, so I've got God mode on, because
no, you're triggering
I don't like playing
me right
that
now.
Game. I'm not there for that. I'm there for the exploration and the story such that it is, which is really bad. That's something people forget about the Bethesda games is people like to rag on Fallout 4 for its various lack of options and stuff, but at least that game has fucking good writing, really good. Skyrim's is It is bad. The voice acting is fucking awful.
When I was replaying Fallout, I realised exactly what people say when they say it's just like a meaningless sandbox, because it really is. There's not much to do in that game.
See, I don't think there is in any of them. It's just that I don't think there is in I didn't like Fallout 3, and that's because I thought the game played like shit. I hated VATS. But like Skyrim's not that much different. Like, it's only different because at the time it was like the only game that did that, I think. Whereas now you've got take The Division, for example, which, has a good 40 hours of like going around doing all these quests. That thing constantly guides you. Skyrim literally puts you down outside of that prison at Helgen and says, well, you might want to go and talk to this Jarl, or you might want to go to Riverwood and pick up some clothes.
I like that. I much prefer Skyrim over Fallout 4, because Fallout 4, it just feels so empty. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things to see and explore, but there's not much to do in that game. In Skyrim, I never felt like I didn't have something to do.
Yeah, I see. I think they've added systems to it, but I don't know. Like, you can walk around aimlessly and do nothing, and occasionally walk in a cave, which is no different than walking in an odd building. Fallout. Like, I don't know. Fallout, to me, I wanted writing. Fallout had writing, so that's really what it came down to. But I'm having fun with Skyrim. I've maybe put about 10 or 12 hours into it. I'm playing a vampire with anime eyes.
When you said you were playing a vampire game, I thought you would be playing that Bloodlines game that is apparently really good.
Also, on the subject of vampires, I've been playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Oh god.
From 1997.
Why? How are you even playing that?
On my Vita.
Oh yeah.
Actually, it's one of the backwards compatible games. And like, I don't want to go into like why I'm playing that game, but like I was playing a lot of Mario Maker. I posted my first level. I realized platformers weren't the shit I always thought they were. I played like 20 hours of Mario Maker one weekend because I didn't want to do college work, was basically what it came down to. Yeah, so I was just watching streams and playing that. And now I've got onto Castlevania. It's a fucking really good game. It's basically Bloodborne, but 2D.
Oh, speaking of backwards compatible and Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1 is now on the Xbox One compatibility list, and I thought, yeah, I'm finally going to get around to actually playing this and seeing how good it is. And I got to the same part I did last time and stopped playing.
How far was that? Can you remember?
When you get on the giant bird and actually access the game.
I don't know if I even got that far. Like I've got all the souls. I think I even have 2 on one of my systems, except for 3. And the only one I've got anywhere near completing is Bloodborne. That's how this started. I was playing the Bloodborne DLC, and I got stuck in that. And then I was also playing platformers, and I'm like, well, I want Bloodborne and platformers. And I heard Castlevania was like weirdly Bloodborne-like, hence I started playing Castlevania. Hence the vampires, hence I started playing Skyrim. You see? It's all like one massive loop.
Spiraling downwards.
Oh, I played so much Bloodborne. The fucking DLC's so hard. It's really hard. I can't get past the first boss. Which is a bummer, because the new content seems really cool. I fucked myself because I'm playing on my New Game Plus, which makes all the enemies harder. And I'm sure there's a way where if you level up enough, you'll be, the ratios will work out the same as if I was just playing on my first time through. But I'm just telling myself it's so much harder because I'm playing New Game Plus.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not bad at the game, it's New Game Plus.
I mean, I could call in someone to help me, but it's like, such a bummer to like, I love the Bloodborne loop, but then when you die 4 times to the same boss, it's like, oh, fuck you. Yeah, it's a bitch. I played some of the new Battlefront DLC. We might check that out on the site. My review's already up. That stuff's cool. Some cool maps.
Yeah.
It's almost like Close Quarters, the Battlefield DLC.
Yeah.
Whichever one that was. It's like, the maps aren't that small, but there's definitely a focus on corridor shooting. And the game mode is called Extraction. It's basically like this hover sled full of supplies will go along the set path, and the rebels need to escort it, and the Imperials can stop it. But it's basically just like Choke Point, the video game, so it's super fun. I don't know if you remember that from the Battlefront, but when you're standing in a corridor and it's just full of lasers, like every match is that.
That sounds like that game mode from TF2.
Possibly. I've never actually played TF2.
Really? I played quite a bit of TF2. I uninstalled it because it got to like 50 gigs, and I was like, I don't need this 50 gig game on my laptop with limited space.
I've always wondered if it's like a big thing, or is it like... Oh, I just want to know how popular it is, I guess. Like, did you ever get an indication of that?
People still play it, and it's like 7 years old now.
Yeah, but you know how like people play Dota, but they play Dota in the millions. Like, is like Team Fortress too popular, but there's like 2,000 people on it. Is it like Halo Wars, which actually had a community until Microsoft decided to kill the forums, or is it like Counter-Strike?
I mean, it's always in the top 10, like being played on Steam.
Depressing.
I know. I'll check right now to see how many people are playing TF2 right now.
It might be a really good game, but I just have I don't know why. Just something rubs me wrong about it.
It's just like a more fun version of an arena shooter, I guess, but not as serious.
I played some Doom, speaking of arena shooters. That's a weird game.
TF2 has had 62,000 people playing it. It's the third most played game on Steam right now.
That's surprising. I thought it would have been a lot smaller than that.
No. Although right below it, 2 got down, is Football Manager, which I almost bought like a few times this week.
I've been looking at that and Pro Evolution Soccer, and I don't know why. Yeah, but I keep seeing them, and
I used to play so much PES, but like I used to play the manager mode where you'd like build a team and I'd let it sim them playing.
Yeah, I've heard the manager mode is better in FIFA in the last, the 2016 releases.
Yeah, I just don't like FIFA. I don't like the card shit, and I think PES has got that as well now.
Yeah, I think it's my club or my dream team, or it's some other version of the EA team stuff.
Yeah, but I played the Football Manager 2015 demo like months ago, and I really enjoyed it, even though I don't really like football anymore.
No, I fucking hate football, but we should buy the next PES that comes out. I really want to play. I haven't played PES since like the PS2 era, and I loved it.
Me neither. 04 and 04 and 06 was my shit.
You can tell we're both tired today.
Yeah.
What else was there? Other shit's come out. There was that really bad Tomb Raider DLC.
Oh, you were going to talk about Doom.
Doom. We're going to do. We may have already done. I don't know yet. We'll do a video on Doom when I showed off to you. That game is weird. It's like it's kind of wanting to be like Halo, but it's kind of glitchy and fucked, and there's really bad screen tearing on the PS4, which is odd.
So
I don't know. It's coming out in May. I liked parts of it, let's say, but like it just feels like how you get these really unbalanced Steam games, or really untuned Steam games, I should say, where it's like this team have been working on this. It's early access, I guess.
I don't play early access games, so no.
It feels early access. I mean, it was a beta, but the game's coming out in May, so it's like
I guess you can see that, but also look at like The Division when the beta came out for that, and then the release came out shortly after.
Yeah, that's what. Well, like The Division, the gameplay didn't change, did it? Is my point. Whereas like this, it was an open beta, but it could ship like this, which would be a problem. So it's just stuff like I almost felt like I never needed to aim. The auto aim was such that I was always on the person, and like the jump height was weird, and like I said, there was screen tearing randomly. Again, I'm on a PS4, so it's not even like it's a PC thing, which I can understand.
Yeah,
it's weird. It was not a particularly positive experience, but there's things I like about it because it is kind of Halo-esque. They played a bunch of things. We don't need to dwell on them too much. Was there anything else you wanted to touch on? There's something I wanted to, but I can't remember what it was.
No, like my mind it's just been wrestling and Dwarf Fortress the past few weeks, which isn't good. In my head, like I'm trying to think of things to talk about, but all I hear is Shinsuke Nakamura's new theme just playing over and over.
He's good. I take it. Well, I know that match was good, but was that his debut?
That was his debut, yeah. Like I would have easily given that match 5 stars. I think Meltzer gave it 4.5, which I guess I agree with, since there was no like feud. It was just like, here's this really cool dream match. Have fun.
Yeah, I do kind of want to watch that, but I'm not. I get an email off WWE every week. I don't want to get more if I like accidentally think about re-upping.
I definitely would not re-up after. Like, it's funny, after TakeOver, I was like, yeah, I'm glad I spent $9.99 this month, because TakeOver was easily worth more than $9.99 on its own. And then WrestleMania happened 2 days later, and I was like, why the fuck am I paying for this? And I immediately unsubscribed.
I don't know if it's just that I don't care, and I've started like slowly removing the people I follow who are related to wrestling from my Twitter feed. But like, I feel like there was way more talk about WrestleMania last year. Like that, I guess that was why nobody who I follow who would have been talking about wrestling talked about this WrestleMania. for more than like a tweet this year. So I guess that sort of sounds like it was boring above everything, or maybe the result was such that nobody wants to acknowledge it.
People should read my review of it. It was just soul crushing. You know, the best part about quote unquote WrestleMania week, which was like Takeover, was great on its own. The Hall of Fame on Saturday night. The best thing about the Hall of Fame on Saturday night was, is it Dan Riker, the guy that you follow?
Yes, yeah.
So he went to the Hall of Fame this year, and last year he took a picture of the Big Show vaping, like in the middle of the show. And this year he got another picture of Big Show vaping, and that was like the best part of WrestleMania week, was seeing the Big Show vaping again.
He doesn't strike me as a vapor.
Oh no, vape for life. I'm pretty sure there's a picture of him wearing a shirt with like vape for life, and he's holding like a Destiny limited edition box set.
Oh god. Actually, yes, I might have seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. See, like the Wyatt brothers, they strike me as the vapors in that gang. For obvious reasons. Or maybe not. Maybe they're too redneck that they only do is chew tobacco.
Yeah.
Weird. Like, I don't want to... Since you mentioned Dan Riker, he's involved in like the weird internal Clash of Clans thing that all the wrestlers apparently do in their spare time.
Nikki Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Clash of Clans, and what's the other one called? The new one?
I don't know.
If it's fucking Tower Defense, but it's from the same people who made Clash of Clans. Yeah, there's a weird wraparound to video games.
Oh, like I found out recently. You know, you know how we don't watch Rooster Teeth anymore.
No, of course not. I mean, no, they're great guys, but no, go on.
Yeah, so recently, like...
Actually, edit that out. I sound like an asshole. Like, that's going to go over wrong. Take that out.
No, that's fine. It doesn't matter. But, like,
carry on.
I stopped watching them, like, shortly after Funhouse joined them, and I really like the Funhouse people from Machinima. And then, like, recently, like, because someone was leaving from Funhouse, I immediately, like, oh, what's happening within, like, the Rooster Teeth world, I guess? They've hired... They were bought by Screw Attack a while ago for like a lot of money, I remember.
Yeah.
They've added recently they added the Creature Hub, which is like a group of YouTubers I watched years ago. They're part of Rooster Teeth now. And they also added, is it Kind of Funny Games or something like that?
They bought them.
Yeah, they bought them. They're part of Rooster Teeth now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's
like, I only say that because I actually like Greg Miller, but
yeah, that was my reaction. And like I looked at their site now, and it's like, it's completely different with like everything that's happened. There's like Screw Attack everywhere. They've added like so much more people there. It's just so strange.
I wonder, yeah, that's, yeah. I didn't know about that Kind of Funny thing, which is odd because I follow a lot of the Kind of Funny the people.
Neither did I. It's like, it just came out of nowhere after like, oh, it's been like a year since I've looked at anything Rooster Teeth. Let me check it out. Oh my god, everything's changed so much.
If only people had like one website for all this stuff, it would make this way easier to look up.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's odd.
Yeah, it just caught me by surprise.
But cool, I guess. To go back around to why I sounded so down on Rooster Teeth was like I used to like their old shit, and then I didn't like the new shit. It's just that simple.
Yeah, same here.
I was a massive fan of Red vs. Blue Season 8, aka Revelations. Really good season. It's the one where they had all the really cheap CG on like the Halo 3 backgrounds. I don't know if you remember that one. If you ever watched those.
I watched recently. Was that the season where they're in Valhalla for most of it?
Yeah, it's the one where they drive the warthog through the wall.
I was going to ask that. Yeah, there's like that scene with Griff holding the turret, and it's really bad CG.
Yeah, it's terrible, but I love it. It's when they got good at that stuff that I lost interest.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I've been watching a lot. I'm getting into movies in a weird way. This feels like an intervention for me. Like I'm finally admitting I'm playing Skyrim, I'm playing this fucking agent platformer, and also movies.
What movie?
I've been buying a load. I've got a few that I haven't watched, a few I have. Some notable ones are basically anything Kojima recommends on his Twitter, I buy. So I recently watched Sicario, which was an action movie from last year, really, really awesome, about Mexican drug lords. Crimson Peak, which is basically a gothic horror about... I can't get into it, but it's fucking really weird. It's like, in the first scene of that movie, there's a giant skeleton ghost made out of like clay coming down a corridor, so it, It's actually really scary, but it's a weird one. And then I've got like some fucking triad. One of the movies I've got there called Everly, which I haven't watched yet, is about this prostitute basically at the. I think she's at the top of an apartment building, killing waves of triads who have been sent to kill her or something. So I've got quite a selection going on.
These sound like movies right up your alley. Like the only movies I've been wanting to watch for some reason is Tokyo Drift. For whatever reason, I want to watch that again. And also, I want to buy the Blu-ray for Star Wars 7.
Yeah, that's on the way. I've gone for the light side edition. You can get either dark side cover or light side cover.
Why'd you go for light side?
I like white and blue. I'm not a massive fan of red and black.
Ah, okay.
Which is really what it comes down to. And then I've got some other stuff. But yeah, like the Everly is the one I'm next looking forward to, just because it just sounds like a bloodbath, but apparently a really good one. It's the kind of movie where there's a torture warning on the back, but not a nudity warning. So, it's like one-upped itself. So that can only be great.
Mm.
But yeah, movies, turns out they're not terrible. Actually. Like, there's a weird thing, isn't there, where video games like to pretend they're like more than movies, because they're interactive. But they're actually pretty good. Movies do some things way better. Or the good ones do.
Mm.
But yeah, if you've got nothing else...
No, I've got nothing else.
Yeah, video games. We're going to have some videos up over the next week. We may have already had some up, who knows. But things might be a little sparse around here for a while because we are finishing a degree. Which turns out doesn't do itself. You can't just look at the work and expect it to get done, unfortunately.
You can't? Damn, I'd better start then.
I know, same. It's almost like I've only got 4 days left, but yeah. Yeah, that's us then, I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
It's been a weird one, I'm just so tired.
Yeah, I don't know when we're going to next do a podcast. Like, our podcast is so, like, rare and sparse.
Well, maybe we should do some more. Like, when we get back to the point where we can live our lives without deadlines, which would be nice, and probably last all of about 2 weeks, then we'll get back onto some regular schedule, get some news in here. Like, there's been a ton of announcements this week that I hope to do a news thing with on Sunday, but it'd be fun to get podcasting again regularly.
Yeah.
So maybe look out for that in like a month, and we'll see you soon.
Yep, ciao.
That's GameDropZone.com, in case you couldn't tell from the banner, and the name below, and the link in the corner.